Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. In another video, link in the description, we talked about some big changes at RSC Japan. That's the Rolex Service Center here in Tokyo, Japan. And there are some other changes as well that I think occurred in 2021. These are some small changes, but is there really anything such as a small change with RSC? I mean, it's all about the little things, and this is kind of a big thing, and it's a big thing for this Rolex fan, and it has to do with the estimate you get for your watch. Now, if you want to see the old way they used to do it, I'll put a link in the description to an estimate I got for the Tudor Hydronaut, and I loved the estimates. They came on one page, they were beautiful, succinct, and to me they felt like pre-paper papers. I mean, there's nothing better than papers for your watch. I'm not so into the plastic cards. I'm talking about the old papers for your watch. The second best thing, service papers. And then a far cry from that, but still kind of nice to have, an estimate for your watch. And again, it would come on one page, and I loved it. Just kind of nice to have for your watch, but things have changed. It's not so nice anymore. You get a whole stack of sheets, printed sheets, and we'll take a look at these, and not nearly as beautiful, succinct, not something, look, I'll hold on to them, but not as nice as the one-page estimate. It was kind of like free papers for your watch in a way. Now, another change is gone are the days when you get your estimate and then call them and say, okay, start work on the watch, or they call you and you just give them the okay over the phone. You actually get an envelope to put in a piece of paper, we'll look at it later, where you check what you want done and you sign it. So you have to sign off on things. Things have gotten like a little bit more official. Now, why did they make this change? I don't know. I guess it's just to sort of cover themselves in case there's any sort of discrepancy about, you know, what the person wanted. I kind of like to think that somebody scammed the system, all right? And I was thinking about how easy it would have been to do. You go, you take your watch in, you get the call, you say, yeah, start the overhaul. Maybe you mumble a little bit when you tell them that. And a couple months later, you get the call that your watch is ready. Well, you go in and you say, I'm ready to pick up my watch. They give you the bill and you say, I didn't want you to give it an overhaul. I'm sorry, it took me a couple months to get back. I was on a business trip, but I just wanted to pick up my watch. It would be your word against the guy that called you. And what are they going to do? Keep your watch? They'd have to give it back to you fully serviced. And they'd also have to give you that 2-year warranty because they opened the watch and worked on it. And if there was any sort of problem with water breach, it would sort of be their responsibility because they opened the watch. So is there some guy walking around that scammed the system that got a free service? Probably not. But anyway, it's just a way, I guess, that they can cover themselves. And look, like I said, it's kind of annoying. I've got to go to RSC tomorrow because it's not as cut and dry, my situation. So I'm going to stop by RSC and talk about the Iconaut. But anyway, let's get into these papers and see about this new system here in 2021. All right, here's the envelope the estimate came in. It's white. The envelopes used to be a cream color, and the logo has changed slightly. It says Rolex World Service, and you have this kind of circular pattern, and there's a coronet. It used to just say Rolex in green, and you still have Mount Fuji and cherry blossoms. It costs 94 yen to mail, and that's about $1. And inside you get these, you know, stack of papers, and really the only color is in the logo here. And my name and address was right there, which you could see in the window of the envelope. And also included is the envelope to send back the checklist of things you want done for the watch. All right, so let's get into this. This says Mitsumori Show, which means estimate, and there's some information here about me, the customer number, which is different than last time, so you don't always have the same customer number. The model number of the watch, the reference number for the Iconaut is 20400. Here it's listed as M20400, so I guess an M is part of that. And the serial number, which starts with J, a bracelet number, and also this is Mojiban, which means dial. So this probably indicates the kind of dial I have, which is a silver dial. All right, if you look a little bit lower, you can see the start of the prices and options and all this. All right, so the base overhaul for the movement 7754 is 48,000 yen, about 500 USD. And it's reconditioned. It's a reconditioned movement. So they basically just put in a different movement. All right, it's unlike a Rolex watch in the sense that they don't take it apart, clean it, put your watch back together. You just get a movement that is reconditioned, and mine will go off to be disassembled and put back together, and somebody else will get it, which is kind of weird. All right, but that's the way they do it. And this right here has to do with the replacement dial, the switching out of the dial, and that's going to be 67,060 yen. That's about 650 USD. I'm still thinking about whether I want to do it. I'm sort of on the fence, but the dial for the reference 20400 Iconaut, gray with black markers. I don't know about that. Black markers. It's got, red indices. Maybe the markers they're talking about are the black subdials. But anyway, hands. Okay, now this is for the delta hands, okay, and the delta second hand. And we will see that later. Now, mine don't have the delta hands. Okay, in fact, maybe I should show you that now. This is sort of an extra page that came, and it says here, about hands. Thank you for coming to the Rolex shop. Would you check our estimation of complete service and changing dial? Unfortunately, the hands that are currently attached have been discontinued. We recommend replacing the hands as the dial is replaced. Please refer to the picture below. All right, so this looks like mine, all right? And these are the type of hands that I have. These are the type of hands that I like. They're gone. They don't have any more, so they just have this hand style. And these are called alpha hands. And do I like them as much? Not really. I do like the fact that they point in a really decisive way to the information, so I could come to like them. I certainly don't like the 24-hour hand as much. I like this 24-hour hand because it looks like the 24-hour hand on a GMT or a Explorer 2, so I want to keep the hands, okay? If you come down here, you can see, if you want the same hands, we put them in as it is. Please feel free to let us know. The estimation will be corrected. So yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the older hands, but I was told that if something happens to the hands and they have to put these on, then I'm going to be charged for them. And that's kind of an interesting thing. I need to make another video about that because, yeah, there's some implications there. Anyway, so we got the gray dial right here. The alpha hands, that would be the second hand for the alpha hands. There's that 24-hour hand, and then the small little alpha hands that go on the subdials. I don't know, guys. What do you like? For me, I'm just so used to these. I kind of like these, but who knows? Maybe I could get used to the alpha hands. So I don't know. What should I do? Help me out. I don't even know if I want to have the dial changed. I'm having second thoughts now, to be honest. Anyway, so to have all this done with the new hands and everything, that would be this price right here. So that's about 1,200 USD. All right, so that's page one. There's 6 pages here. Okay, so these are options, and the option to polish the watch, that's about, well, 200 USD, 19,800 yen. Changing the crown, about $85 right there, which is an option. You don't have to do it. Also, the pushers, you can have the pushers changed out. That's 200. So if I want to polish a new crown and new pushers, that would be about $500 added to the price we saw earlier. All right, next page. This gives a time of how long it's going to take, 2 to 3 months. It's got to go back to Geneva. And they do all this in Geneva. All right, so there's that. You get, now this is what you send back. All right, so this is what goes in here. And you can see he put a little stick-it note so I know what to check. And this is if I like, you know, that first estimate, the new dial with the alpha hands, I just check that. I'll be paying that price. I can also check off these options. This is for the polish of the bracelet and the case. This is the crown replacement, and this is the pusher replacement. That would add this amount of money to that, all right? So that would be, okay, if that's 1,200, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this could get up to north of 1,700 USD. Ouch, I don't think I'm going to do that. And if you don't want anything done, you would check that off, and that means cancel it, basically cancel it. And you can write some things here, and you put the date, your name. Anyway, I've got to talk to him about some things, and so I'm just going to go in and talk to him in person, right? So then you have this page here, which has whatever this thing is. I tried it on my phone, and it brings up my customer number. Okay, but that's it. So I guess they just put that under the laser there, and that brings me up as a customer. And the last page, all the annoying fine print, and there you go. And then, of course, this page here that you saw, that was just sort of an extra page for me. And there you have it. So anyway, I've got some decisions to make, and I'm having second thoughts on the dial, but actually now that I'm looking at it, I'm sort of like, yeah, I think I should do it. But what do you guys think about the hands? Should I stick with these hands? Should I get these alpha hands? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't like that 24-hour hand as much as the GMT hour hand, but I kind of do like the decisiveness and sort of pointiness of that minute hand. But then I like the subdial hands on this more. So anyway, let me know what you think. I probably will get the gray dial, I think, and I'll try to have them keep the same hands on. This morning I was like, I don't even know if I want the gray dial, so this could change by tomorrow. But now that I'm looking at those hands, they look kind of cool. And I would get the other hands back, but do I need all these parts? So anyway, let me know what you think. Take care. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.